you doing?
What's up, Zoon? Pretty good.
This is my first YouTube video, but I'm sure you just made one this morning or something.
Yeah, I just made a quick one this morning about my day and starting this journey. Video one of 100, Zoon. You're
That's,
starting to.
we're doing it together, so I think it like helps keep me accountable, help keeps you accountable, and it's like fun if you have a buddy to go on an adventure with. But I just made a YouTube channel called Unsupervised by Zoom.
Unsupervised.
Well, it's just, like I think it's like it's not it's not gonna be primarily me. It's gonna be like I'll take people on and we just do cool adventures with, take you on and stuff. I think
Yeah,
it's
we have
also
a
gonna help.
trip coming.
Yeah, like it just brings everybody up. What is your YouTube channel name?
It's just Simon Wang.
I don't know, right?
Yeah,
And when did you create it?
literally this morning.
So, how are you feeling doing this 100-day challenge or
It's pretty
100
cool.
video challenge?
I have one view in 7 hours. It was a 1 minute and 42-second video.
That's crazy, bro.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. And like it's just a platform for people to express and talk to. For it's like I want to build that platform. Um, but yeah, I thought about like making my personal YouTube channel too. Maybe that will be later on.
Mhm.
But yeah, you had a spreadsheet that you wanted to show me today about something.
So a lot of my videos are finance related. So I live in Texas
Mhm.
and I was doing a cost benefit analysis of what buying a home would be like currently right now in the market because it's dipping a little bit,
Yeah.
and also renting where I am currently now. So I got this template. So it is not me creating this, but I did go through several templates to see kind of what was the best fit for me in terms of what assumptions they made and the calculations. So these are just kind of the inputs and assumptions. I overestimated. Realistically, I'm probably not buying a house at 550. That'd be super overvalued unless it was like an amazing location that I knew. Probably around 510 and below. But what this tells me that is even at 550,000, I'm having an internal rate of return of negative 4%. So you got the upstart cost, negative 35K. This is my assumed 4% down payment. Usually it's 3.5. I'm just overestimating a little bit. And then the yearly negative cash flow because I was assuming that I'm not renting it out. So this model assumed that I wasn't renting it out. I was just living there and building equity based on the payments. I am usually a person that stays at a particular house for 3 or so years. So on the high end, if I were to on the final year sell the house, it's an assumed 90K equity build profit at the end of that year only. You still have to assume all the negative years of cash flow as well. So that was negative 104. And this is why you had the assumed negative internal rate of return. So what does that tell me, Zoom? That tells me shouldn't buy a house at 550. Now let's play around a little bit, right? Let's go 450. Now what's the return? Okay, 3%. That's still okay, not the greatest. The magic number for me that I know now is 400,000. If I can get a house that's under 400,000 in the area that I like with about an 8% return, I'm okay with that. Let's take it one step further. I like renting out the spare extra rooms. So I'm assuming that my Airbnb rent would be 1,000 a room. I'd have 3 rooms. I still have to go through the taxes. Mortgage per month would be about 3,500. So in your mind, you're thinking, okay, 3 rooms,
Mhm.
1,000 per room. I'd have a negative cash flow of 500 just based on the mortgage.
So
Okay,
this
no
is
problem.
based from your experience before, because
Yeah.
I remember you had a home in Texas, and when I visited you,
Yes,
you had Airbnb roommates, which is like pretty
correct.
cool
House
at
hacking.
your age, man. It's pretty wild.
Thanks, man. So I just assume these rental rates from market testing here for the first 12 months, right? 12 months, 1,000 with 3 rooms, 36,000. Right. And assuming that the taxes is 30% and what my net gain would be minus the first month furniture. Got to buy their beds, right? Got to buy the appliances, just like staging the house. So this is what I would be net at the end of year one. So assuming a 5-year term, this is how much I would have net 125,000. You're thinking amazing, right?
Mhm.
So after calculating the difference between what my negative cash flow was for the month, what it would be profit net loss, right? From just the sale of the home, plus the Airbnb assumed rates, this is how much I would be left with. I think this is a different number, but this is worst case. Why I give this number is the tax rate, sorry, the tax code for a primary residence after 2 years is you can go up to 250K for a deduction of your capital gains. So as long as I sell my house and the net gain is below 250,000, I can get that full amount tax free. So that's why I'm assuming only 2 years. Like worst case, I sell it after 2 years of home ownership. So almost 50K. I add these two together. I get about a net profit of everything after all the expenses. I'm not doing like those bitty tax deductions here and there, right, for home maintenance and stuff. It is about 70,000.
Hmm. What
So
is your what are you planning to start this process?
I had to wait till the home values that I can get a house because right now it's still about 500,000. I need it to drop to hit 400,000. That's why I like spreadsheets like this
Mhm.
because it at least tells you at what's your magic number, right? You don't have to guess, and you have all these assumed calculations already. What the percentage you're putting down, what the closing cost would be, what the mortgage. I'm assuming a 5.5 mortgage rate, right? What the property taxes. I think a lot more people should do research like this just so they know rather than just going by like a gut instinct. Because in people's minds, I feel like they just feel like home ownership 100%. But
Yeah.
right now, unless it hits 400,000, I'm not really looking at homes. So yeah, that's probably maybe 450 if I really like the place and I want to stay for a bit. But it gets better as the years go on if you want it to. So like let's say I spent let's say 10 years in the house, the more equity you build, right?
Yeah.
In the house, that's why the rate would go up. But realistically, I'm saying 5 just in terms of my past experience in doing this. The first time I ever did Airbnb was because I had a really bad renter that was an intern that straight up just left their internship. I had no idea what was going on. And I just listed that place and it was booked all the way through for travel nurses. So most of my Airbnb people are travel nurses.
Hmm. So that's a good demographic because they have a reliable source of income and they're nice to meet too as well, right?
Yep. And you've talked to Joseph before, who is a travel nurse. I think
Mhm.
the best part of it is the weirdest question you ask is the trust. And when
Mhm.
you get at least a travel nurse and you can see the contract that they're on, they've already been background checked. They're in the medical industry and they work hours that are like 12 hours or so. And as a landlord, you want a professional, not someone there kind of at the house all the time.
Hmm. You know what? It'll be cool. Like let's say give or take maybe 2 years. Let me, I started a new business called One Two Kraken, and we do website, IT, and security camera install. And so far, I'm already making profit, but I want to expand it a lot more. And I have a couple of friends that are really heavy on cash. I
Mhm.
wonder if we could all do a three-way deal together and maybe get a 4 unit, like the quadplex or something.
Mhm.
We could just live in one and then rent out three,
Yeah.
scale it every time. And I have the VA loan, so obviously
Totally.
the interest rate will be lowered and our closing probability will be a lot higher. Um,
Yeah.
Obviously, we're going to do three-way contracts because just to be safe, right, between the three of us, and like you can run the Airbnb process. Obviously, like more of the proceeds will go to you because you can run that, or we could just do it property management style. I think
Yeah.
we need a perfect, at least like like we have to get the system down for at least like one 4 unit, and then we just do that like times a couple over the next like decade or so.
Yeah. A lot of Burr methods, right? You cash out refi and then you do it for the next property, the next property.
Mhm.
Quadplex is very interesting because it's right before commercial,
Yeah.
where you have a 5 or 6 unit and they consider it commercial. You have to do a straight 20, 25 down percent down payment. With a quadplex, you still can. I tried to do one in Atlanta, Alabama area, and it didn't work out because FHA loan requirements. I was trying to put 3.5% down, and it's a loan to value, the rental value. So essentially, the market rate rent has to at least be 75% of the mortgage payment. So meaning if the per month mortgage is 3,500, it has to at least be 75% of that value.
So
Because you would use it as that's only if you take an FHA loan out. Because in
right.
my mind, I will always put as low amount down as possible because I want to stay liquid.
Mhm. Can you send me this later? This is really interesting. I wanted to show this to one of my kind of real estate guy friends.
Mhm.
Yeah, he's really into this. He haven't bought his first property yet, but you know.
That's interesting. And it's a lot of I'd say funny stories about buying my first property and how gung-ho I was about it. I wasn't even graduated yet, and I was like, hey, here's my offer letter of my job.
Uh-huh.
Hey, Chase Bank, how much can you loan me? Luckily, it was a private sale where I knew the person selling it to me, and the location was great for interns. And that's just kind of always been the model I've had, was just house hacking. So this is actually the first time in all my years of working that I'm living alone, which is super nice, by the way. I don't think I can ever go back. So it's worth the extra money, worth the extra couple hundred in my eyes. Because then I would just think, me living by myself, I just start a side hustle that gives me the extra 300, 400 a month.
Yeah.
So that peace of mind to me is so important.
And then privacy, right?
Privacy is big, but just because I wake up, right, the routines that I have, most people don't. So it's very fluid now. When you live by yourself, you can just come in and out whenever you want.
It's pretty wild, man. And I'm gonna get to see you in like what, a week?
Yep, Vegas.
It's pretty wild.
I can't believe Justin did a timeshare presentation.
I'm going with him, right? He put me down.
I don't know who he put down, but he probably did put you down.
Okay. I just want to
And
get the experience for the first time too.
yeah, and then you get one. The other funny one is he picked Trump Tower. Right? That's crazy.
It's fine.
Like I've never. It's not like any political affiliation or anything like that. It's just like the fact that it was just Trump Tower, like a business person's experience.
Yeah, I want to experience that. That's pretty wild. Man. Yeah. What else? Did you add in anything new to our plans?
I think Justin and Jonathan will have to add more to it, but we do have like the music festival tickets, Zoon, we got to get tomorrow. I have a business lunch on Monday.
Okay.
And then the one on Tuesday is with another YouTuber that I started watching. His name's Fernando. Mexican, has a Chinese wife, has an immigrant story too. Very much like you, a car person. His Tire Mart, did e-commerce, did Shopify. Talk to him more about Shopify. He has his own kind of call center business and a YouTuber.
Oh wow.
With all that. So he also tracks his net worth, which I think is very interesting on his YouTube. I'm curious to see what number he's at. So we can probably do like a interview talk.
Hey, hook me up.
Right now.
You're taking me on that lunch, right?
We are, yeah. I mean, that's right. That's right before you guys' timeshare presentation. So
Okay, perfect.
just talk about taxes. All of them do not understand taxes because my one in Hawaii ended so quick, like 40 minutes. It was beautiful though. I'd do Hawaii again, heartbeat.
Oh, well, let's do it again. All right. I think that's pretty much for this video. But offline, we'll link up a little bit more. But I think like this channel right here that I'm creating, this unsupervised by Zoom platform, I think it's like to really to bring on people like you to show like or display, to make cool content about like something that's educational, fun / practical to life, because we're like adults and we're like unsupervised. You do whatever you want, it's pretty funny. You think about it. Like you're just unsupervised 24/7. And you could either make your life shitty or you can make it good. But putting you on platforms like this, like kind of show everyone that like, hey, you do the hard work, you can get there.
Possible.
All right.
Do research first.
That's it. That's true. All right. Peace out, Simon.
Yeah.